Hello, I'm Sean Kokoska, President of Empire Builders. I'm joined by Don Hobbs, our Executive Vice President, and today we're going to be talking about how to overcome the fear of closing. Now, you've done all this work up to this point, and there's this feeling inside your stomach. You know you need to ask the question. You need to close. You need to ask him to sign or to buy or whatever, and there's just something inside of you that's just holding you back. Don, how do you overcome that anxiety around asking for the order?
Well, it has to do with our fear of rejection, Sean. And honestly, a lot of it is we take it personally. And so, there's two parts, right? One is that how do we receive the no, and the other part is sometimes it's our own fear around money that will hold us back from asking for money, right? I bring my own objection to the table. And
Tell me more about that. What do you mean?
Well, a lot of times, if I'm asking for, and again, it depends on the type of sale. A house that's $500,000 versus a product that's $100. But there's a lot of that where if I have financial difficulties going on in my own world, I'm going to have a much harder time asking for the money because my money mentality right now is stuck on, well, when they give me an objection, I'm like, yeah, I get that. I totally understand. I'm right there with you. It's like we're joining them instead of having that feeling and that sense of value. And a lot of it has to do with how we bring ourselves to the equation. So keep yourself out of it. For one thing, I know you are not the prospect, and it's not about you at all. It's about them. And what we do know is that if we can get ourselves out of the equation, the only way this benefit that I'm bringing, whatever that is going to get transferred between me or my company and you or your household is the transfer of money, the close, right? And
Right.
so somewhere in there, I've got to just know that the value I'm bringing is so powerful, and what I have is so powerful that I can come from confidence and knowing that I'm bringing that to the table. And then, of course, like I said, just get yourself out of the way because it's not about the rejection. You've talked in the past many times about the dollar value of each no, and knowing that a no is okay too. And what's worse than anything else is a maybe or a no decision. It leaves us in limbo forever, right? So I want to get to a yes or a no, make it clean, make it simple, and be willing to ask the closing question. And you're so powerful and so good at that. We definitely need to get you into your scripts and dialogues because I know you're just a master at that.
Well, thank you, Don. Certainly it comes with practice. See, spontaneity is a conditioned reflex, meaning when I condition myself, I can appear to be very spontaneous with these dialogues, these scripts, whatever the case is. So it's about practice time. And think about this. If you invested 30 minutes a day practicing your closing scripts, dialogues, things of that nature, and you did this 5 days a week, well, that's 2.5 hours every single week. And let's say you did it 50 weeks a year. Now, I'm not really great at math yet. I think that works out to be something like, what is that? 125 hours, something like that. Am I doing my math right?
You lost me.
Somewhere around there. The bottom line is
It's a
you
lot of time.
practice for 125 hours in a row. Well, I promise you'd be better at scripting, dialogue. So it's about time on task over a period of time, right? Now, what I would encourage you to do, because a lot of people have this fear of closing because, frankly, they don't know what to say. They don't understand how to influence their prospect appropriately. Now, first, we want to focus on getting into rapport, meaning let's match and mirror their pace of speaking, their inflections. Let's do keyword backtracking using their same general vernacular with them, right? So that we can be like them. Here's the bottom line: people like each other. Yet, when you get engaged in our bold sales performance training, you're going to learn powerful language strategies and techniques such as modal operators, embedded commands, analogical markings, adverb presuppositions, temporal presuppositions, automatic presuppositions, pacing and leading strategies, as well as cause and effect language that's going to motivate your prospect to trust you and do business with you. And that is what you all want, right? So when you use influential language patterns such as instinctively, you recognize after you've viewed the proposals that ours is the best. Now, all you need to do now is simply sign the contract and let's move forward today. Sound good?
Perfect.
So now there's nothing instinctive about it, yet when I use the word instinctively, you recognize. Now, they may not recognize and it's definitely not an instinct, yet they sense that. Or use words like luckily, happily, I'm excited, or even without thinking, you know that these are all language patterns that are going to influence your prospect and help them trust you. Embedded commands, we've been conditioned to listen to embedded commands our entire life, by our teachers, by our parents, by our friends, by our siblings. They use commands with us all the time, kind of like the drill sergeant, right? Like when your mother asked you to clean your room, she didn't say, clean your room, right? And especially after the third time she had to ask you, she didn't say, clean your room, because that's more of a suggestion, it's more of a question. It gives me a way out of, well, she's not really serious, right? Yet when she says, clean your room, and what she's doing is she's lowering her inflection with each of those words, and that's a command. Now, you can take a command and embed it in the middle of a sentence. For example, fortunately, in order to get you one step closer to achieving your goals, all we need to do now is simply set an appointment for you to come to the office, and then you outline a benefit associated with them meeting you. Now, the benefit must be attached to them, not to you, right? What's the benefit for them to come to your office to meet with you? Because anytime we ask our prospect to do something, and I'm asking them to come to the office to meet with me, right? So anytime I ask them to do something, there's a question that appears in their mind. You already know what the question is. It's, what's in it for me? Why should I do that? So after we ask them to do something, we must immediately follow it up with a benefit attached to the prospect. In essence, what we're really doing is we're answering the question of what's in it for you. So we tell them, here's what's in it for you, here's the benefit, then we go to the commitment, right? I like alternative choice in that situation, meaning what works best for you. Is it mornings or afternoons? Is it Tuesday or Thursday? Is it 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock? You know, and just work them into a time slot that works best for you. So action, benefit, commitment. Now that not only works for scheduling appointments, it also works for closing the sale. What's the action? What do you want them to do? Let's work in some language patterns there, such as an adverb presupposition. Luckily, happily, whatever the case is. See, their mind automatically starts looking for something to be that's lucky or something to be happy about, right? And then you interject an embedded command, such as sign the contract, right? And then you tie it down with a tie down. Yes, you do. You ask a question so that it cements in the mind of your prospect. For example, that is what you want, isn't it? Using the word right at the end of the sentence. That is a tie down. Now, I could say today's a beautiful day, isn't it? See, the isn't it is a tie down. You may disagree that it's not a beautiful day, and you might push back. Yet if you say yes, today is a beautiful day, then you agree with me that today's a beautiful day. You follow what I'm saying. And once you get your mind around how to posture this appropriately and make it smooth and fluid, then they don't even know what you're doing, yet their unconscious mind is paying attention to what you say. And in the case that I use, like luckily, in order to get you one step closer to achieving your goal, all we need to do now is simply set an appointment for you to come to the office. Then I outline my benefit. What your mind hears is set an appointment, come to the office, right? And that's what your unconscious mind is paying attention to. Now you're going to want to pause slightly before the embedded command, pause slightly after the embedded command. Lower your inflection on each word of the embedded command. And you're going to get what you want, I promise you. And it's going to remove the fear of asking for the order, because you're going to know what to say, you're going to know how to say it, and it's going to improve your confidence. It's going to get rid of that gut gauge feeling, right? When you know you need to ask, yet that gut gauge it just won't let you do it, right? So, Don, what would you add, by the way?
Well, Sean, you're such a master. I love listening to you, and what I really appreciate is that these language patterns are so powerful. And what I want our listeners, our viewers, to know is this: the things you've just talked about, that's not by accident. That's practiced. It's learned behavior. It's practiced. And in the bold sales performance, you know, we spend time going through that and making sure people are not only learning that, but living that and making those calls and putting that as part of their normal life. And when that starts to happen, results happen. And it's fantastic to watch. And of course, we all want the results that we have in mind, don't we? And the best way to do that is to do the things we know we need to do, isn't it? and this is a great way for them to have that experience, don't you think?
I do, Don. Thank you. It's perfect. Use the tie downs. Now, in our Bold Sales Performance Training, this is a 6-week program that is designed specifically to give you the sales skills plus the mindset to achieve even what you've only imagined. The results of Bold Sales Performance are undeniable. In fact, individuals who attend Bold from the same industry compared to individuals who did not attend Bold from the same industry made 169% more in gross commission income. So I'm going to encourage you to engage in our Bold program. It's the fastest, easiest, and the one thing that you can do that makes everything else easier or unnecessary. You're going to learn the language patterns.
Absolutely.
You're actually going to write your language patterns in essence, because there's so many different industries represented, and it's a fantastic networking opportunity, by the way. Yet, because there's so many represented in the Bold room, you write your own scripts utilizing the language patterns. Bold is action-oriented. You actually call every session of Bold for 45 minutes and receive coaching on how it is you're doing so that we can improve your close ratio dramatically. And then we hold you highly accountable to the relentless pursuit of leads, making 100 contacts every single week, and your business and your life are going to improve. So, Don, anything else you'd like to add?
Sean, yes, absolutely. That what you just said is so powerful, because Bold is not passive in any way, shape, or form. Most training programs are about giving you material to learn. It's fire hose. This is about accountability, results orientation, and it is about absolutely having people walk through the process in the moment, get the coaching, and produce the results through the course. And you mentioned the 169% more commissions, gross commissions. What's interesting is during the course time, that 6-session time, people are seeing results, sometimes 2 years worth of results, a year's worth of results in a very short period of time, because they're so on purpose, so on point, so focused on the right things and learning these new behaviors until it becomes a habit. So I really, really want to stress that for the viewers that are out there today watching this. It will make a difference in your business and in the people in your business.
Yes, sir. Don, well said. Again, thank you for your investment of time today. I want you to, until we talk again next time, I want you to focus on your purpose, right? That'll lead you to your priority, and you'll be powerful. So thank you. Look forward to speaking with you again very soon. Bye-bye.